All right, my name is Assistant Chief Scott Dingy. I am in charge of the Crimes Against Persons section of JSO's Investigations Division. At approximately 5:54 tonight, we had a young adult female call 911 to report that she had been raped in the area of the 1300 block of Bartram Park Boulevard near our location here. Officers responded out and spoke to her. What she told us was that she had come to this shopping center here to do some shopping at the local grocery store. She had a young child with her, less than 1 year old, that she was pushing in a stroller. As she went into the grocery store, did her shopping, and then came out to return to her residence, which is nearby. As she was walking through the parking lot of the shopping center, she was contacted by an individual driving a gray four-door, possibly Honda vehicle with some tinted windows that are poorly tinted, like bubbling, peeling type tinted windows. The male was yelling at her, trying to get her attention. She was trying not to pay much attention to him. The female continued to walk through the parking lot and then cut behind through the middle of the shopping center here to go to a wooded area that would cut back to the residence where she lives. As she made it to the rear of the shopping center, the individual stopped in the car. The male, same male in the gray Honda, stopped and again attempted to contact her, actually while she was into the wooded area, out of sight of the public. He then sexually battered her back there in the presence of her child, who was in the stroller. After sexually battering her, she then returned to her residence, where she then contacted the police.
Besides the vehicle, is there a suspect description at this point?
Yes, the suspect is described as a maybe mixed race, possibly light-skinned black male or even a Hispanic male, approximately 5'8", 5'9". He's going to have short, straight black hair, brown eyes, a medium complexion, not very dark-skinned at all, more light-skinned. The subject had a fit, muscular build. He had on long gray pants. Not much else in the way of clothing description that we have at this time, but we're still working on that. The subject possibly had an accent, so we're still following that. And we're also at this point, we don't have any video to confirm what this suspect vehicle is or what the suspect looks like, but we're working on that. Most of the businesses were closed before the detectives got out here to get to that point to pull the video, so we're still working on that to confirm that. The victim does have some minor injuries and was taken for medical treatment and obviously an exam.
What about the child?
Child was uninjured. The child is now in the custody of family members and is safe. The suspect, the victim believes that she potentially scratched the suspect's face, so he may now have scratch marks on his face. So that's something to be aware of. Certainly in this case, this is something we want all the residents in the area to be aware of from a public safety standpoint. Be aware that this occurred. Always be aware of their surroundings. What is suspicious or seems suspicious, they need to trust their instincts. If someone is out by themselves or in an area where they don't feel safe and something happens where they're suspicious of someone that's approaching them, by all means, get to a public area, get into a safe location, call the police so we can come investigate it. That's something that we definitely want to get out. Also, as far as this particular incident, if anybody potentially recognizes who this individual, the suspect may be, we would ask that they call 630-0500 or the Crime Stoppers number at 1-866-845-TIPS. We certainly want any help we can get from the public that was here. Certainly there was at approximately 6 o'clock at night, there's quite a few people up here, so potentially a lot of people could have seen something suspicious, so we encourage them to call in if they recognize anything or anyone connected with this incident.
Just to be clear, it sounds like she was in the parking lot, but she was never in a vehicle. She was on foot from home to the store and then back.
Again, yeah, she was returning home on foot, had left through the shopping center and was actually in the wooded area behind the shopping center when she was attacked.
Does the MO, the vehicle, or the description match any other similar crimes in the area recently?
That's certainly something that we're going to investigate deeper, but at this point we have no other incidents that relate in any way to this attack.
Lastly, you said he was, trying to make contact with her. Would that indicate that maybe he knew her at previous contact, that he may have targeted her, or does this just seem like a random?
No, this seemed like a target of opportunity. She did not know him at all. It's a stranger to her. She characterized the way he tried to contact her as catcalls. Hey, stop, that kind of thing, and she didn't want to pay attention to that. She continued to walk home to return to her residence.
And she got behind the shopping center because I know there's a cut in the shopping center down there. That where she went through.
Correct. There's a cut down there that leads to other residents in the nearby area.
Okay.
Obviously, any crime is bad. Any sex crime is bad. But the fact that this happened in front of her infant child, that's got to be the worst of the worst in terms of just vulgar crimes, correct?
Certainly, being a parent myself, that's something that I couldn't imagine that happening to me personally anyway. But yet, like you say, add in the fact that your child is there, and even if it's a young child that doesn't fully recognize what's going on, that's a horrible thing to have happen in front of a child. So absolutely, that is just another factor in this investigation. Any other questions?